Okay, so here is an app we've developed for a club, and this is actually the very first club app we put together. This happens to be a soccer club, but we can do one for any sport imaginable. And we've done plenty of tournament apps in the past, and we've even done some camp apps, but this is one that is for a club, and the idea is that it's supposed to be useful for all people associated with the club year round, essentially from tryouts in the summer, early fall, through the preseason and through the season's games, all the way through to the playoffs in June. So let's go through these tabs and take you through what each one does. The Tell the Team tab is just a way to get the app onto as many different phones as possible. The idea is that the team coach or the team manager will have the app. They'll download it from a live link, and then they will send it on to everybody on their team, not just players, but of course parents and everybody associated with the team. So they can do it one of four ways: either by email, Facebook, Twitter, or by text. And let's just check the first one of those. It's just a pre-written email with a direct link to the App Store, so you can send that out to everybody on the team, and that's a really great way to make sure that everyone is aware of the app and that they download it. So let's just get rid of that and go on to the next tab, which is for directions to all the fields. This particular club, the Sandwich Soccer Club, plays in the South Coast Soccer League. So what we've got here is programmed into the app every single field that is used in this league. They're listed alphabetically, although it doesn't look like it, with West Barnstable being the first one. But this is Barnstable Soccer Club here, then Bourne, then Dartmouth, then Dighton, and of course some clubs have multiple fields, so every single field is listed. Let's click on here, Marston's Mills, which is one of the Barnstable fields. You can view the map, and there it is. Because this is a cell phone, it will ask you to allow it to give you GPS directions, so if you're driving in from Sandwich, you can know how to get to the fields. So this is something that people will use literally every single week when they have an away game that they need to drive to. And of course every single field is listed here. Messages, this is otherwise known as a push notification, and every single person who has the app on the phone will receive this message as soon as you send it. So the club may send out a message. This happens to be a reminder for registration night, but it could be a weather related, it could be something to do with fields being unplayable because of weather, it could even be a social event, the coach's pickup game or a cookout or something. All of these things can be sent via text, and texts get opened 98% of the time within 2 minutes of receipt. So a much more efficient way of reaching out to people than say email or phone trees or any other way of communicating. So a really good way to get messages out quickly to people who may not have access to their computers. They may be on their way to a game, and you found out that the game's been cancelled, and you can actually get a message to them while they're on the way and they don't have access to their computer. So a good feature there. Schedules, of course, this is the meat and potatoes of the whole app. Every team's schedule can be listed in the app. Let's just tidy this up. Let's pick one, Boys Division 1, U10, and there are three aspects to this. There's the schedule, of course, then there's the results and the standings. So schedule, we list it from the point of view of the Sandwich team. So this is a road game against Falmouth, this is a home game against Nantucket, and they're all listed by date with the time, and of course we know from the previous tab we can get directions to all those fields. As the season unfolds, the scores get recorded and we can build those in. Now there's lots of different ways we can do this. We can pick up a feed directly from a third-party scheduling software that you may have. If you're with someone like say Got Soccer, we can pick up a feed directly from their website. These happen to have been input manually by my staff, and that's just one of many ways that we can do this, but it's a nice elegant way to represent the schedules and the standings and the results, and it applies for every single age group all the way through the club. Got some other tabs here. Some of this is just housekeeping stuff, a little bit of information about the club which you would have on your website and you may also want to have on your app. A good way to sort of remind people about goals, mission statements, zero tolerance policies, dispute resolution procedures, all that good stuff. Board and staff, so these are the board members. Here's how to reach the president of the club. Don't try calling that number, that's just a dummy number I put in, but you can email, and this number, if it were a real number, would be tap to call, so you can literally just tap that number and it would immediately dial straight from your cell phone. And this doesn't just apply to board members, but every age group director is listed here. And if you had paid staff, coaching staff, director of coaching, all could be listed on the app with direct contact information. This particular club happens to run a tournament, a very successful tournament over Memorial Day weekend, and as it happens, we have built an app for them as well. So here's a way that you can actually find out a little bit about the tournament, and you can download the app straight from this app. So either an iPhone app or an Android app can be downloaded. These are live links when the app is live, and you can download the app straight to your phone. Key dates. This is listers of any key date, and it's a neat feature. You've got these happen to be tryout dates, but again, it could be any number of different reminders and dates that you have set up within your club's calendar. A little bit of information how to reach out to the person who's running this particular tryout. You can add comments if you wish. You can let folks know if you're going to be attending, and you can even submit photographs of the event into a gallery. And the next tab is weather. Obviously, soccer being a outdoor sport for the most part, weather is an issue, and you want to know if you are heading off to a game or if you are trying to plan for a game later on in the afternoon. Here's information about weather, not just for the current weather, but for future, for the evening and for the afternoon games. So useful information to have within the app. Notepad. This is a neat feature. This is something that most cell phones have, but here you have it right inside the app. And if you want to make a note, maybe you want to do team sheets or something like that. So you can make a note in the app that lets the coach or the team manager put things like team sheets together. So Sarah's going to be the right back, but at half time you're going to sub for Jenna. Any number of different ways that you might want to make lists and keep that as a record. You may have notes from people who can't attend next week's practice, and they let you know, and you can make a little note in the app. So something that a coach will find useful, or a team manager. Soccer news. This is just a feed that we get. This is something that people might find entertaining and enjoyable. Maybe they're just interested in keeping up with what's going on in the soccer news. So this is just done by date, and it's a feed directly from World Soccer Daily's website, and gives you some information about what might be going on in the world of soccer. And soccer tips. This goes straight to a YouTube channel, and people can look at this and perhaps practice some tricks and learn some new games, and maybe a coach is trying to plan something fun for the next practice, and they can get some information from this YouTube channel on how to set up a practice and some things that they might want to go over. Sponsors. This particular tournament actually paid for this app by getting sponsors to come in, so we mentioned them all in the app itself, and there's a direct live link to that tournament, to that sponsor's website. And if you want to become a sponsor, we have another tab of who within the club you should be contacting, and again, don't call that number, that's just a number we've put in. And finally, we have a couple of photo tabs. Obviously, most cell phones these days have cameras built in, and you can send into the club a photograph. You can either take a photograph directly with your phone, or you can choose a photo that you already have in your phone, so the important game, the game-winning goal, the celebration at the end of the game, or what have you. You can photograph that and send it directly into a dedicated email that gets set up within the club. They just want to make sure that they can monitor the photographs that are being submitted, so they will just want to check it, take a look, and then they can upload those into an image gallery. And this is what the image gallery looks like, just photographs of fun things going on within the club, celebrations, goals, action, any number of different things about the club that you might want to just put into a image gallery. So a fun thing to include, and just something nice to have. So there it is. There's the app that we've built for the Sandwich Soccer Club. We would love to build an app for just about any club out there, whether they be soccer clubs or lacrosse clubs or baseball clubs. Lots of really fun things to include, and not just fun things, but useful things that can really enhance the enjoyment of the league's play, and make sure people get the information they need when they need it. So if you'd like us to build something similar for you, we would love to do that. You know how to reach us. Thanks very much.